Welcome back to another episode of the Idoctor UK Q&A podcast thing that we've been doing for the last 7 or 8 weeks, maybe 9 or 10 weeks. Anyway, a little bit different. I mentioned Nathan last week and we were shaming him and, anyway, welcome to the show, Nathan. Thought we'd get cozy on the casting couch together. You know how it goes. And yeah, so Nathan's the other employee here. He works 40 to 60, usually 70 hours a week. And he's worked here for maybe going on 18 months, something like that.
Yeah,
so
far off.
Good few months. And he came to us after doing nothing. I've known Nate for about 20 years since school. He came to us knowing absolutely zero. He didn't even know what his own phone was. And he's getting there now. He knows how to identify what his own phone is. So definitely picking it up. I'm just reading some notes what Alex has put on the teleprompter, and it says, how do we know each other? How long have we been working each other? And what are the challenges of the job, Nathan?
Mainly working with you two most of the time. But I'm used to customers. I was customer facing most of my life before joining Idoctor. So I'm used to that. But learning new phones when you first come is really daunting. But then once you get into it, first few months, weeks, you've done one phone, you have an idea how the others work. And YouTube, also a big help, isn't it?
Once you've done one, like all the iPhones are fairly similar. We've got customer here. Moving on, obviously we were interrupted there with a customer because we're obviously still open and both of us are dealing with customers. We keep saying that we're going to get Nathan in a dress and do more of these homeless videos because everyone keeps asking me about the homeless guy. So that was pretty funny. If you're not familiar, I always post silly stuff on the Instagram and Facebook stories, and we pretended that Nathan was this homeless guy we couldn't get rid of, and then somebody messaged us from the States and they were like, you need to go and beat him up with a hammer or something like that. So we obviously made it more dramatised.
I think it was worse than beat it up with a hammer, but
I think
say that for the...
Yeah, to keep it PG.
Yeah.
I'll try and find a screenshot and put it here in the middle. But if not, you'll have to use your imagination. So yeah, wearing dresses and stuff, and then I'm trying to think. I had loads of very good ideas for this episode, and obviously they've all gone out of my head, and the teleprompter's got different ideas to what I was thinking of. But this morning, interestingly, I actually went out and had a look at a potential new site for a second Idoctor store, which is quite exciting. I did actually start sort of vlogging that. The place where I looked at wasn't ideal, I don't think, but it's got potential. It was in a garden centre, so I don't know, but it was in a garden centre where there's literally no competition whatsoever. Like even where we are here, I'd say within a 2-mile radius of us or a mile radius of us, there is a fair few repair shops already, but you'd be looking at a 10-mile radius before there was anything. We're probably the closest repair shop to where I'd be putting that repair shop, but because of that, it's in the middle of nowhere. So, but there's a few people who live in the middle of nowhere who need repair services. So that's going to be Nathan's. That's where we're going to put Nathan, as far away from here.
60 hours a week.
60 hours a week.
In the snow, the wind, the rain.
As far away from here as possible. In a dress.
Probably in a dress, obviously.
As a homeless man. So yeah, that's where we're going. So there was that. The guy who got a bit upset, weren't there, last week about telling me I'm chasing fame and things like that. So I just wanted to realign my chakras, realign my visions and dreams, and avoid apprenticeship programs for the sake of that particular person.
And I'm not chasing any fame.
Yeah.
I'm being forced on here, as I am with all the other kids. So don't come at me either.
I'm trying to think if there's so yeah, big news in the repair world this week though. I've not read fully into this, but I've seen the headlines, and it's a little bit unclear exactly what Apple are planning, but they're going to allow the use of used parts in devices. So what it suggests is that from what I've read, it looks like where if you installed, let's say you got 2 iPhone 15 side by side and you swap the motherboards into the other one, and they swapped them around, or you swap the screens on the two, like that, and you get the unknown part message. Well, apparently, it's going to be that unknown part message is you can get rid of it, but that's only for pulled parts, and the aftermarket parts is going to still show the same thing. But from sort of the past, I imagine that might lead to a loophole where the aftermarket parts might not show the unknown part message.
Loophole.
I don't know, but there's always loopholes and stuff. So just that was pretty interesting. I might do a whole separate video talking about that particular subject because it is pretty exciting. I imagine that the way that the EU are clamping down on repairability, there's going to be lots of changes and loopholes and things what Apple do to get out of the rules and work their way around it. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens in the future in terms of like the parts serializing. Well, they're going to serialize the parts are going to be serialized, but in terms of like the unknown part warnings and stuff like that, I've found though in reality that nobody actually cares. It's not very often like I get a phone call saying, "Oh, can you swap a screen so that it won't get the unknown part warning?" It's just one of them things in life now.
I think most customers are aware of it now. It's been since the 11.
Since iPhone 11, so
most
like
people are aware of it now.
4 years.
Yeah.
4 years. It's the
battery
thing. We've always done the battery health reset because I suppose that gets rid of a feature which people believe in, but I think it's a scam anyway. But whatever. Anyway, something grinding YouTube. What's that all about? Oh yeah.
I thought you were talking about Grindr again.
Grindr. We have been grinding YouTube. There's so many new videos. We're posting 2 repair videos every single week, and there'll probably be more in the near future. I'm at the point now where like so Nathan works obviously 60 to 70 hours a week. Alex is working like 32 hours a week. When he first started, right, we started him on 10 hours a week, and I'm like, look, you've got to sing for your dinner here. Once the YouTube channel can afford, once we can afford you, once the videos start generating money, then the amount of hours you can work will go up, and it's just gone up and up and up. So now he's full time essentially now, and we're at the point where I don't have enough hours in the day to keep him busy like recording videos all the time. So now he's got a half secretary answering the phone, talking to customers, sort of
booking haircuts
for me. Yeah, he's like he's the cameraman, he's the video editor, and my personal assistant because he books my haircut. It sounds very stupid, that, doesn't it? But you know what, right? If somebody didn't book my haircut for me, I just wouldn't get it cut. It's very bad.
If you go back to the early days of Idoctor, you might see a couple of episodes where Ollie didn't get his hair cut.
Yeah. There's literally loads of videos online. I must have fell out with Jodie because Jodie used to book my haircuts for me. I was just about to say Jodie used to cut my hair for me, but I wouldn't trust her with scissors around me. No way. Jodie's my wife, by the way. Maybe she'll be on selfie with me next week. Now that every week when I pick on someone on the video, they should come on the following week. So we shake. I do it right. So actually, after this customer, we will discuss. So just going back, like we were shaming Nathan. Maybe we'll do a black and white flashback to shaming Nathan in last week's podcast episode. Nathan knows too well what happens with metal tools and batteries. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. Maybe I'll get Nathan on here and just shame him. Shame. Just for some context. And I would like Nathan to sit down and explain to us what happened and why we're shaming you.
So, we've all been there and we've spoke about it. We have. We spoke about it on this. You spoke about it on this podcast before. Flames on batteries. Now, it wasn't quite as dramatic as some of the earlier messages we've had about with flames and carpets on fire and rugs, I think. There was a big puff of smoke, we'll say, whilst doing a back glass. A slight slip. And it was my first day back after a week off as well. So they were already on my back for having a week off. And mistakes, don't do mistakes in this place. You'll get hounded and then dragged onto a podcast and shamed.
Yeah. And shame on you, Nathan. Shame on you. You know what? It does.
I hang my head in shame.
It does. It happens. Mistakes happen, and that's the nature of the game. I suppose that's why we charge what we charge for doing the job, because sometimes things do break and we have to replace them. But it's not about the mistake that you make. It's how you rectify the mistakes, is what I always say. And we always put things right, even if it costs us money in the end, or me money. Nathan still gets paid at the end of the fucking day, doesn't he?
And Alex gets paid as long as you watch these videos.
Yeah. So keep watching the videos. So I am going to answer some questions, starting off with John Carr 3458. Big up John Carr, because he rang me up the other day. Actually, I was in the middle of recording a video, and I just weren't having a very good day, and this sounds so.
It was the same day.
This sounds ridiculous, right? But sometimes I could just say, look, I'm not here. I'll be in the back and I'm working. If people ask for me or if people call, I'm just not here for a little bit because I need to do stuff, right? And I said, look, anybody rings, I'm not here. Phone rings literally 5 minutes later and they've gone, Ole, phone for you. And I'm like, all right. And I'm thinking, I'm raging. Anyway, it was John, and he was just calling to say, I appreciate you. So, John, I appreciate you too. Thanks for your phone call the other day. It was good to put a voice to the name and to talk. And I'm really grateful that you sort of comment and take the time on just about every video. So I do appreciate it. Just while I'm on the subject, before I start talking about the questions, Ben, I wasn't directly having a go at you, mate. And I hope that you do continue to interact and comment on our videos. You know, I think I was just having a bad week. And I've just been a bit moany.
For a change.
Yeah. I think I was just moaning. I'd had enough. So I do apologise if I upset anybody on the last video, apart from that guy who I did mean to upset. But yeah, John says, thanks for reading my message. Always good to have a laugh. When a new phone comes out, like say an iPhone, how do you learn about them? Do you just assume it's going to be roughly the same as the previous model? Do you buy one and do a disassembly job, or do we just wait until one comes in? Cheers, Geordie John. P.S. Love the video on the Apple Watch. You know what? Let's just break this down. We've talked about Geordie John. He's the guy who called us. The Apple Watch video. Go and watch it. Link up here. Alex, put the link on there.
Bing.
Link's there or there. I don't know. But yeah, go and watch the Apple Watch video, because it is a good video, and it's like a really, really detailed video on how to replace the glass on an Apple Watch. I don't think there's a video as detailed as that on YouTube. Like you'll literally pay money to people to learn what I'm teaching you in that video. So go and watch it. It's free, literally free. Anyway, when a new phone comes out, we were talking about this yesterday. So let's say in October time, the iPhone 16 comes out. So there'll be the 16 Pro, Pro Max. Don't think there'll be a mini, maybe a Plus. Yeah. Maybe there will be a Plus. I think the Plus were quite popular. Anyway, what tends to happen is like the big tech YouTubers will do a teardown video, and I always watch them as soon as they come out. Maybe if everybody keeps watching the videos, I will do one of those teardown videos. If we can afford to buy the range of phones when they come out, then I will go and buy them and I'll break them down, and we'll do it like that. And then maybe we'll even give them away afterwards. But that means that you've got to keep watching these videos and then remind me about this. Remind me, clip it and remind me that I said that I will
call him out.
I will buy everybody an iPhone 15 if you will make me. But if you all watch my videos, if you watch the Apple Watch repair video, then I'll buy everybody an iPhone 15, 16 Pro Max. But yeah, generally they're the same, aren't they? But like there has been recent changes. So the 14 and 14 Plus, that was the first time that since the iPhone 4S that an iPhone opened up from the back, and then you could get in there. And then the 15 range with the 15 Pro and Pro Max, that introduced the Pro and Pro Max into being openable from the back. So things are changing, and you do have to keep an eye out. We had a 15, I think there might even be a 15 Plus video on. The day that I'm recording this video, it's going live, so it should be out now. Bing! We'll put the link on there as well.
There's going
to be some right links.
With the back glass on 14?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So 14 plus, 15 plus Pro and Pro Max. There's all these changes on there. And I've done a video on replacing the 15 plus back cover. Go and watch that one. That's another great video by me. me on the Ollie show. But yeah, we guess a bit. Watch some other YouTubers. I'll tell you, shout out Phone Repair Guru. If you watch our channel, you probably already watch his, but he's always really quick to get a teardown video on, because he knows it's good for his channel to get that early teardown video on, as well as
iFixit.
iFixit are always good for
really
teardowns, and then Jesse Cruz. Is he called Jesse Cruz? Is that his name? Yeah, Vegas guy. That's him. Yeah. He's a really good. He does really good soldering videos as well. Go and watch his channel as well, because these are all great YouTube channels that you should all watch.
And if you're watching us, we want to come to Vegas. Ollie's been promising me and Alex for a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So after we've given all the 15s away, we're going to Vegas. Right. So moving on. Calin Del Francesco, dude, you made my day. Well, you've made my day. I was dreading having to do this all in reverse by memory, but you do that part of the guide too. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome. The charging port videos, I especially think that that's important. I think they always do well because people watch them all the way through, and I'll literally guide you through screw by screw, how to take where they all go, which screw goes where, and those charging port videos always do well, and they're always popular, and I always try my best to give you as much good information as I possibly can. So thanks again, everybody who watches them.
Yeah, there's a lot of screws in those charge ports. So
Hell of a lot of screws. I think I even say in the video, just about every iPhone charging port video that I do, I will say, use a magnetic mat, use something to keep the screws organised, because it's so important to do that. So important. Moving on to the next question on the Apple Watch repair. John Carr again, great video, definitely one I'm going to watch a couple of times. Separating the screen using the diamond wire is a massive skill which you made look really easy. I've got a few watches to practice on, but isn't going to be easy. Your heat with suction, does every hole suck? Right, so every hole does suck, but you can't see it in the video. I've actually taped up the holes, so there's only like 3 or 4 holes what are sucking. So if you cover up some of the holes, then yes, that's the trick behind that. But it's clear tape, so you can't see it in the video, and I don't think I explain it. I use Gorilla Tape as well. I don't think it matters what tape you use, but Gorilla Tape is really useful for that, because it's handy to have for iPads and refurbing anyway. So Gorilla Tape, it's expensive, but it does the job nicely. It's Ben. We've just been talking about you, Ben. Sorry if I'm the one that's been pissing you off about leaving links in the video. Understand it's very hard to run a business and a YouTube channel at the same time. Your videos are top notch and have helped me do some repairs of my own. You have a great wealth of knowledge, and thanks for sharing that with the repair community. I'll hang up my keyboard and leave you in peace. Like I said, you don't have to hang up your keyboard. And sometimes it probably does help, because I do promise the world saying that I'll put the link in the description, and I never ever do I?
Yeah, pal.
How you doing, mate? You alright? Now, where were we at? Because so much has just happened in between, like, pausing the video.
It would be
Like,
chaotic.
I just don't know where, like, I'm not discussing anything what's just happened, but anyway, moving on. We're talking about, Ben, listen, don't worry about it, mate. You've not pissed me off at all. Don't worry about it, honestly. It just, water under bridge, pal. So somebody's commented on the iPhone 13 charge port repair, cosmically derived. I'm curious if it's possible to replace the Lightning for a USB-C instead. Probably not with the motherboard having a controller chip for the Lightning, but it would be a nice breakthrough if so, and if it just works somehow. It would be really nice. It's not going to happen. Like, they're designed to have that Lightning connector rather than the USB-C, so yeah, never going to happen. Just buy an iPhone 15 instead. Somebody did do something last year where they were messing about, or it might have been a year before, and they put a USB-C in an iPhone, but ain't going to happen.
Dale's here.
DPD's just come here. We've been waiting on. You remember I said look after DPD drivers? Well, this guy came at like 7:30 this morning, missed the delivery, and because we keep him sweet, he's come back. Don't do that for everyone. Always have sweets on hand.
Or popcorn, as we have this week.
So I do apologise that this episode has been a bit stop-starty. We've had loads of people in. Obviously, Nathan's not the reception lady that he's meant to be whilst we're doing this because he's sat here. Obviously, it's been a bit jumpy, stop-started, distractions and the like, but I will finish it with one more question from who says he's my biggest fan, Moin Saeed 9789. Thank you always for watching my video. And he says, hey brother, give me your mobile number. I am from India. Well, you know what? It's your lucky day today. My number is 07922